If you have a big ride coming up, or you haven't checked your bike in a while, it's important to do a full check to make sure everything's tight and ready to go. The best way to do this is called the M-check. Start at the front axle, come up to the cockpit, go down to the bottom bracket, up to the seat clamp and seat post, down to the drivetrain, rear wheel and rear axle. So we're going to start at the front axle, making sure it's tight. Then check the caliper, just grab it with your hand and give it a wobble and make sure there's no play. We're then going to have a look and make sure there's still material on the pads. Then check the tyres, ensure there's enough air and enough tread, and if you haven't topped up your sealant in the last 6 months, now's the time to do it. We're then just going to check the front hub bearings by holding the wheel and giving it a side-to-side wobble, see if you can feel any movement or any knocking inside the hub. Now we're going to move up towards the cockpit, have a look at the bars, make sure they're in line with the front wheel, get hold of the grips, give them a twist to make sure they're tight, pull the brakes, make sure they're biting and don't pull all the way to the handlebars. Hold onto the front brake and give the bike a wobble back and forward to check that the headset's tight. And if your shifting's electronic, now's the time to make sure it's fully charged. We're now going to move down the bike to the bottom bracket, get hold of the pedals, give them a wobble and make sure they're tight. Get hold of the crank arm and move it side to side to make sure there's no play. Check the chain ring, make sure that's still tight and in place. We can then move on to the seat, get hold of the seat, make sure there's no side to side movement, make sure there's no rocking or creaking back and forth, make sure the seat post clamps done up tight. And finally we'll move down the bike towards the rear wheel and the drivetrain. Use a chain wear indicator to check if the chain's worn, have a look at the cassette, visually inspect it, see if there's any broken teeth or any worn teeth, make sure the bike's shifting properly, get hold of the rear wheel and move it side to side to make sure there's no play in the bearings, check the calipers tight by wobbling it side to side, then move on to the tyre, make sure there's pressure in the tyre and the tread's not too worn out, and then finally we'll check the rear axle and make sure that's tight. From doing this, you can make sure your bike's in good working condition, you know that everything's secure and tight on the bike, you're less likely to damage components, and you're a lot less likely that your day is going to get ended by a mechanical.